श्रीमद् सद्गुरु सरकार की जय, राधा रानी की जय। Devotees, let's all try to focus our mind, visualize in the Supreme Lord, feel in His presence, bring in the blessing, the peace, and protection as we begin tonight's divine satsang. अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। कस्तूरीतिलकं ललाटपटले वक्षस्थले कौस्तुभं नासाग्रे वरमौक्तिकं करतले वेणुकरे कङ्कणम् सर्वाङ्गे हरिचन्दनं सुललितं कण्ठे च मुक्तावली गोपस्त्री परिवेष्टितो विजयते गोपालचूरा नमः कमलनाभाय नमः कमलमालिने नमः कमलपादा नमस्ते कमलेक्षण यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तद्ध्वं हदेवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय, राधा रानी की जय, श्रीमद् सद्गुरु की जय। आदरणीय पंडित जी, प्रिय भक्त समुदाय, दिव्यात्मो महानुभाव, Revered Panditji, dearest devotees of the Supreme Lord, the Divine Souls. First, let me say Radhe Radhe to each and everyone, and my pranam, my humblest frustrations to all of you. Also to our viewers on social media, Bhakti TV, Facebook, etc. Very special Radhe Radhe to all of you also, and pranam, my humblest frustrations. To Bhakti TV, to Pandit Satyanand Maharaj of the Satya Ananda Ashram, the producer of Bhakti TV, is carrying this program again live tonight. So many souls benefit. Thank you very much, Bhakti TV, Panditji. Tonight we are in Thompson, the road, Harishchandra Terrace in Palmiste, Longdenville, Trinidad, begin this program. And as usual, normally begin with chanting the name of the Lord. So in the books have been given to you, and you have to share. We don't have enough. Let's turn to page 42. Very briefly, I'll explain this beautiful divine composition written by Jagat Guru Tam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu. Ratore man chin chin radhe naam. A devotee, an aspirant, a spiritual aspirant in the path of divinity, in the path of getting closer to God, is saying, "Oh my mind, Ratore man, oh my mind, chant the name of Radharani every moment, chin chin." Why Radharani and not Shri Krishna? Because I keep mentioning Radharani and Shri Krishna are one and the same. Yeyam Radha Yash Krishna Sabit Dehas Chaikaha Kirana Tad Dvidha Bhut Atharva Vedi Radhika Tapine Upanishad. The Vedas are saying there's no question of Radha and Krishna being two. They don't even have two bodies. One supreme Brahm, supreme power, has taken two forms for the sake of Krida, Lila, divine pastimes. Again the scripture says, Radhika Krishna Rupam Cha Krishna Radha Swarupakaha. Radharani is the form of Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna is the form of Radharani. So whether we say Radha, we say Krishna, they are two names for one and the same entity. Brahmadikya ki kaun baat jehi ratat Brahma Ghanasham. What to say of Brahma, Vishnu, Shiv, Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati? Even the supreme Brahm, supreme power, Shri Krishna, is always chanting Radhe, Radhe. Yeah, Radha and Krishna are one. But the Vedas say, Atma tu Radhika tasya. Radharani is the Atma, the soul of Shri Krishna. So Shri Krishna, he worships Radha. So he's always chanting Radhe, Radhe. Jahi Rati Maharas Rasapayo Shankar Dhari Tanubham. By chanting Radhe, Radhe, even Shankar Bhagwan, one of the three governors of the universe, was able to take part in Maharas. He became a Gopi Shivani. Nigama Gama Nidhi Rasikan Dini Binuhi Mola Binudamre. This treasure, this Nidhi, Mahanidhi, this infinite treasure known as Radha, the name Radha, which is unattainable by the Vedas, is given to by the saints, Rasik saints, without any fee. Free is being given. Free. Just have to accept. Radhe naam pukarat arat bhajati tajini jadham. When someone says Radhe with a feeling of complete helplessness from the heart, not just chanting Radhe like a parrot, but from the heart of like a newborn child would cry for the mother. Radharani leaves her divine abode Golok and comes running. Milyo Kripalu hi ratna amolak kaha jagat so kam. The same Kripalu Mahaprabhu says, having attained that infinite treasure known as Radhe, the name of Radharani, the precious jewel of Radharani, what care do I have for the material world? The name and Radha are one. God sits in the name. That feeling has to be there. All right? So the name is so important. छिन छिन राधे छिन छिन राधे ओ छिन छिन राधे बात जे ब्रह्मादिक की कौन बात जे रटत ब्रह्म घनश्याम रटोरे छिन छिन राधे नाम रटोरे मन छिन छिन राधे नाम रटोरे मन जेहि रति महा रास रस पायो रास रस पायो शंकर धरी तनुबाम रटोरे छिन 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 राधे नाम रटोरे मन छिन छिन राधे नाम रटोरे मन निगम रसिकन दीनी बिनु ही मोल बिनु दाम रटोरे छिन छिन राधे नाम रटोरे मन
छिन छिन राधे नाम रटोरे मन
राधे नाम पुकारत आरत
राधे नाम पुकारत आरत
ओ राधे नाम पुकारत आरत भाजति तजी निज धाम रटोरे मन
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 छिन 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 राधे नाम रटोरे मन
छिन छिन राधे नाम रटोरे मन
नील्यो कृपालु ही रतन अमोलक कृपालु ही रतन अमोलक कहाँ जगत सो काम काम रटोरे ओ कहाँ जगत सो काम रटोरे मन
कहाँ जगत सो काम रटोरे मन
छिन 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 राधे नाम रटोरे मन
छिन छिन राधे नाम रटोरे मन
ओ राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद राधे राधे
ओ राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 राधे
गोविंद राधे राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद
ओ राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे राधे
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 राधे राधे गोविंद
राधे
राधे राधे
ओ राधे राधे
राधे राधे
राधे राधे राधे
राधे राधे
ओ जय 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 श्री राधे
जय जय श्री राधे
ओ जय 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 श्री राधे
जय 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 श्री राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 राधे
ओ राधे राधे
राधे राधे
राधे राधे राधे
राधे राधे राधे
ओ राधे राधे राधे
राधे राधे राधे
ओ जय 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 श्री राधे
जय 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 श्री राधे
ओ जय 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 श्री राधे
जय 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 श्री राधे
ओ राधे राधे राधे
राधे राधे राधे
ओ राधे राधे राधे
राधे राधे राधे
राधे राधे राधे
राधे राधे राधे
छिन छिन राधे नाम तोरे मन
छिन छिन राधे नाम रतोरे मन
बोले राधा रानी की जय। Sheet of paper, or not paper, but it's been given to everyone in the WhatsApp. Jagat Gurutam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu, who is only the fifth, Panchvi, only the fifth Mool Jagat Guru, original Jagat Guru. He gave so much to this world towards helping the souls in this world and finding the path to become free from Maya, from pain and suffering, and the path to true happiness, true bliss. He wrote many, many wonderful books. Prem Ras Madira, Prem Ras Siddhant, Braj Ras Madhuri, Radha Govind Geet, Shama Sham Geet, Bhakti Shatak, Yugal Ras, many, many books. Delivered thousands and thousands of lectures, all for the sake of us worldly souls, to help us in attaining our supreme aim of life. One of the most wonderful book he wrote, Prem Ras Madira, containing 1008 divine compositions, poems called Pad, 21 Madhuris. These 1008 divine compositions, Pads, contains all the philosophy of all the Vedas, all the Puranas, Mahabharata, Ramayana, all the scriptures, plus all the divine pastimes of Sri Radha Krishna, the gopis, the kahuds, etc. Again today, I've chosen one pad from the 1008. I've chosen one from the Siddhanta Madhuri, pad number 9. And we'll try to explain a little bit. And hopefully this will help us, will give us, we'll all benefit from this, in helping us to understand our true aim of life, the reason we're here in this material world, etc. Ihai Saar Sansar, Are Man. Ihai Saar Sansar, Are Man. Sur Dur Ihai Saar Sansar, Are Man. 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 A Tattva, one who has acquired some knowledge, true knowledge through the association of a true saint. I keep saying, we don't get knowledge by reading book, divine knowledge, spiritual knowledge. Why? Look, if anyone can read any book and understand what is written in that book, he has to be as knowledgeable as the person who wrote the book or more knowledgeable. If the writer of that book is a worldly person, has written some novel, and we read and understand, that's fine. Because the writer is worldly and we are also worldly. But if the writer of that book is a saint, one who's attained God realization, divine person, then in order for us to understand what he's written in that book, we have to be divine also. We have to have divine mind, divine intellect. Tulsidas Ji Maharaj says, Bhagavad Rasik Rasik ki baate Rasik bina ko samujh sakena Khag jane khag hi kai bhakha. Just as a bird alone can understand the language of another bird, in the same way, only a Rasik saint, one who's attained that divine knowledge, divine bliss of God, he has attained God realization, can understand the language, what is written by another saint. We read and we think we understand, but we understand according to our capacity. What do we understand with? Our intellect, buddhi. Go go char jah lagi man jai, so sab maya janihu bhai. Tulsidas Ji says in the Ramayana, that mind, that intellect, the senses that we grasp it, we understand with, they're all material. They're under Maya. They're material. And God is beyond Maya. The scriptures are beyond Maya. Means we can't understand with our material intellect. This is what causes a lot of problem. Everybody read some book in Sanatan Dharma, Ramayana, Gita, Bhagavad, some book, and they think they know everything. They give an explanation of what they think is written. Everybody gives their own explanation. Everybody is different. According to what form of Maya is governing us. That's the kind of translation we're going to give. And these are divine words. Parokshabad. To understand divine words, we have to have a divine mind, divine intellect. In other words, when we read these divine scriptures, whether it's Ramayana, Gita, Bhagavad, Ved, any scripture, and we interpret it, we're going to give a material meaning for something which is divine. And that causes a lot of problems. This one says, do this, that one says, do that. Everybody gets confused. And the one who is reading is more confused. So, what to do? The Vedas tell us, Acharyavan Purusho Hi Ved. Mister, don't read by yourself. You're going to get confused. Go to a saint, one who's attained God. Let him tell you what is written in the scriptures. Go to the true Guru. Tulsidas Ji says in the Ramayana, Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Bolo Ram.
Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Bolo Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Bolo Ram.
Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
ओ श्रुति पुराण बहु कहु पाई, छूट ही न अधिक अधिक उर जाय। बोलो राम
सिया राम जय जय राम, राम सिया राम जय जय राम।
There are many scriptures in Sanatana Dharma. Most other religion, one book. In Sanatana Dharma, thousands and thousands. And every scripture is different. Every scripture propounds its own view. Number one. Number two, there are so many contradictions and complications in the scripture, in one scripture, that if we were to read on our own, instead of our doubts getting removed, we get more confused. We become atheist. We stop believing. We get totally confused. And worse if we listen to people who are worldly. So, Guru gives knowledge. Guru who is sent. I keep mentioning. Yes, we have to have a Guru, but we just can't make anybody Guru. Shri Krishna tells us in Gita, Tad viripranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshinaha. Chapter 4, verse 34, Gita. Shri Krishna is given two conditions, two qualities, two things that qualifies one to be Guru. Which family you belong to? No. Which lineage? No. How handsome you are? No. How nice you can sing? No. How much qualification you have in the world? No. All this is useless. So what are the qualification? Two. Jnaninaha plus tattvadarshinaha. Jnaninaha means one who has complete knowledge, all the Vedas, all the scriptures, all complete knowledge. Not just reading book, complete knowledge. And he can remove our doubts. But even more important, he is Tattvadarshinaha. In the Vedas, Brahmanishtam. In Bhagavad, Brahmanupashamashayam. In other words, one who has seen God. He has attained God. He has seen the divine form of God. He has attained God realization. He has a divine knowledge, divine bliss, everything. Only such a person is qualified to be Guru. In this age of Kali Yuga, it's a crazy world this time. People are accepted as Guru, all kind of foolishness. This will happen in this age, we are told in the scriptures. The Ramayana, there's a whole katha, Kali Yuga Mahima, what happens in the Kali Yuga. In Bhagavad, etc. It tells us what's going to happen. Jo gaal bajate, one who can boast how qualified he is, how handsome, how much people he has met, dignitaries, celebrities. Yes, people get, when they hear these kind of things, they become, wow, he has met this person, he's met that person. These outward things are going to be used to judge who is a true Godman. We can't see on the inside, so we look outwardly. What kind of clothes they wear, how many malas, how many marks on the forehead. What they eat, what they don't eat, how they behave, etc. And if we judge from that outwardly, then we're going to end up worshipping fake imposters. Tulsidas tells us in the Ramayana. लखी सुवेश जग वंचक जेऊ वेश प्रताप पूजिए जय राम श्री राम लखी सुवेश जगवन चक जेऊ वेश प्रताप पूज अहितेऊ. Because we can't see on the inside, we're not antaryami. We judge externally. Dress, behavior, what family, what lineage. And this is why Tulsidas Ji says, instead of saints, we end up worshipping fakes, imposters. Blind leading the blind. So we go to a true guru. Tulsidas Ji says, Binu sat sang vivek na hoi, Ram kripa binu sulabhan soi. Sat sang. All kind of foolish meaning is given for the word sat sang. Anybody talking anywhere, anybody singing, we're going satsang. I asked this drama, where you going? I go in satsang. Have no idea what satsang means. Sat means saint, God. One who's attained God, who is God himself personified. Sat. Sang means association. Tulsidas Ji is glorifying the true guru, the true saint. And he says, only when we associate with a true guru, a bona fide saint, we can acquire true knowledge. And that association will come only when God will shower his grace. Not everything is satsang. Kusang, a lot of kusang. So this soul, associated with a true guru, has acquired knowledge, true knowledge. And he's saying, oh mind, understand the essence, the substance, the truth of this untrue world, this unsubstantial world. Don't read it, just try to pay attention. Some of you are so inquisitive. I'm telling you everything. Because normally I don't give the meaning, because then you don't go reading. You got to pay attention. Little bit and you're going to get lost. If you could know everything, then go. You have to pay full attention. Man lagakar. Little carelessness. And everything, you get confused instead of, oh, why did he say this? Because you won't pay attention. Today someone asked me a question about when people die and what happens to the soul and whether they have to do this. And I gave a complete answer. And after giving a complete answer, they again asked the question. I said, but I just gave the full clear. I made it so clear. What didn't you understand? I was making sure. That's just to make talk, small talk. So, listen to the substance, the true essence. Sur durlabh tanupaya bhajan karu nishidin Nanda Kumar. This human body. Do we know how valuable this is? Do we understand the value of what we have? This body belongs to us. We're not the body. We're the soul, Atma. This body takes birth, it dies. Soul never takes birth, it doesn't die. Atma, it is eternal. Mamevansho jivaloke jivabhuta sanatana. Chapter 15, verse 7, Gita. Shri Krishna says, Jivatma, the individual soul who we are, is eternal. Beginningless. Never had a beginning, will never have an end. Never takes birth, nor does it die. Indestructible. But we keep rotating in 8.4 million forms of life. Akar chari lakh chaurasi yoni brahmat yah jiva avinasi. Bhagwan Shri Ram is saying to the residents of Ayodhya, the Jivatma, the individual soul who we are, is indestructible. It cannot be burned by fire, cannot be cut by a weapon, cannot be wet by water, nor dried by the wind. It is the same forever. Chapter 2, verse 23 and 24, Gita. But it keeps rotating in 8.4 million forms of life according to its action. And in that 8.4 million, this human body is the most valuable, the most difficult to attain, and the most valuable. Bhagwan Shri Ram says in the Ramayana, Kabahuk kari karuna nare det ish binu hetu sane Ram बड़े भाग्य मानुष्य तनु पावा बोलरा सुर दुर्लभ सदग्रंथनि गावा बोलरा जय राम श्री राम Kabahuk kari karunanada dehi det isha binu hetu sanehi. God himself, our beloved Lord, is saying, very seldom, very rare does the Supreme Lord, who loves the individual soul, who we are, without any self-interest, selfless, bestow upon it birth in the human form. It's the most difficult. After billions and billions of years, we get a chance to get birth in the human form. You don't get it just like that. Bare bhagya manushatanupava. It is the greatest fortune for the soul that acquires birth in the human form. Sura durlabh. Sura means devatas. Now people don't understand what is a devata, what is a Bhagavan. Devatas are beings that resides in heaven. It's a material area. You go enjoy for a little bit, come back here and suffer. It's called heaven, Swarg. There's no true happiness there. Those who reside there are called Devatas. Agni, the god of fire. Vayu, the god of wind. Indra, the king of heaven, the god of rain, etc. People pray to Devatas. Indraya Namaha Swaha, Agni Namaha Swaha, Bhave Namaha Swaha. Because they want to go to heaven. And those who are in heaven, they are praying for what? This thing we have, this human body. It's so valuable. Durlabham manusham janma prarthyate tirashairapi. Narad Puran. The Devatas are begging and praying to God, Hey Shri Krishna, we are begging you, please give us birth in the human form. We don't want heaven, there's nothing there. This is why it is called Sura Durlabh. They can't get it, they're begging and praying, but they can't get it. Devatas. Sura Durlabh Sadagantanigav. Having acquired this very valuable human birth, rare and valuable, that even Devatas are praying and begging for, give up this lust for sensual pleasures, for worldly enjoyments, and love God, worship God. Day and night, Nishidin, bhajan karu, worship, love Nanda Kumar. Nanda Kumar is Shri Krishna, God. Love God, worship God day and night. Think about God. That's where you're going to get. That's why this human body, why does Devatas, if heaven has everything, some people think that heaven is everything. Why would Devatas want to get this dirty human body we have? Kshiti jal pavak gagana samira pancha chitta yaha adhama sarira. Tusidasi says, this body we have is made of 5 elements, earth, water, fire, air, and space. And it's extremely dirty. Adhama sarira. There are 9 holes, and from all of the holes, nothing come but dirtiness, stink. The worst body in terms of usefulness in the world is the human body. Most time animal or something die, you can make use of their body. Human being, you can't. The moment you die, get rid of it quickly, bury, burn. Yet, Devatas are praying for it. Because there's something special. Only in this human body we can do bhakti. Whatever actions we perform, it bears fruit. We can do purusharth. No other form of life. Animals, birds, insects, they're all bhog yoni. They're only enjoying the fruits of their past action. Bhog. Devatas, celestial gods, they are bhog yoni also. We go there. If we acquire punya by performing dharma, we acquire punya, spiritual merits. Impossible in Kali Yuga, but if we can do, we go to heaven. Enjoy for a little while and come back here and suffer. So Devatas are bhog yoni. They're only enjoying the fruits of the past action. Only human being, the actions we perform will bear fruit, good or bad. And only in this human body we can do bhakti, which will take us to God, free us from Maya. So having acquired such a valuable human birth, the Devatas are praying and begging for day and night. Forget the world. There's no true happiness. Same thing is giving you happiness, ends up giving suffering, pain. In the same amount as our expectation. How much happiness we get upon the attainment of any person or object in the world is exactly proportional to how much pain, suffering we'll get in the separation or non-attainment. of that person or object. Sin is pain. God, eternal happiness, eternal bliss. There's a little difference. In the world, when you get something immediately, you get happy, you get a motor car that you like, you wanted, dreaming about, you feel happy, you get a job, you get married, you feel temporarily, and afterwards, pain and suffering. That's how it is in the world. Beginning, little happiness. After, pain and suffering. In the divine world, in the spiritual world, beginning pain, suffering. You have to do tapasya. The mind is going to rebel because the mind doesn't like this thing. It's not a custom. Sit down and do sadhana, chant God's name, live a certain way. The mind is by nature chanchal, it wants to do whatever it wants. You start disciplining the mind, big problem. People actually feel pain. But afterwards, eternal happiness, eternal bliss. There's a difference. So, this is the first thing. Ihai Saar Sansar Are Man सुर दुर्लभ तनु पाय भजन करू ओ सुर दुर्लभ तनु पाय भजन करू निषेधेन नंद कुमार अरे मन निषेधेन नंद कुमार अरे मन सार संसार अरे मन सार संसार अरे मन. And to do that is not going to cost us anything. You don't have to pay any money. You don't have to do yag or something. You don't have to pay. कोई दाम नहीं है. Just remember God. What does it take to worship God? To do bhakti? Yaad karna bas. Remember. That's all we have to do. Think about Him. Basu yam. Day and night. Shri Krishna says in Gita, Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu Mamanusmara Yuddha cha. Chapter 8, verse 7, Gita. Arjun, Tasmat Sarveshu, at all place, Kaleshu, at all time. Mamanusmara, remember me. Attach your heart, your mind to me. And do your duty. Why is it so important to think about God all the time? You see, there's a divine law. Shri Krishna says in Gita, Yam yam vapi smaram bhavam tyajatyante kalevaram tam tamevaiti kaunteya sada tadbhava bhavitah. Chapter 8, verse 6, Gita. Tyajatyante kalevaram. When this life leaves the body, the soul, the life leaves the body, Whatever we remember at that time, yam yam bapi smaram bhavan. Smaran means remember. Whatever we remember at that time, that's where we're going to go become after we leave the body, after we die. And what are we going to remember that time? Wherever our mind is attached. Mostly we are attached to the material world. Nobody remembers God because we never practice to be attached to God. We do some puja sometime, once for the year we call somebody, do a puja. We light a little diya, maybe every day. But nobody practices to attach the heart, the mind to God, to love God. And how do we get attached to any person, anything, even God? Dhyayato vishayan punsa sangasteshu pajayate. Chapter 2, verse 62, Gita. Sri Krishna says, when we think again and again, listen carefully, when we think again and again that I can find happiness, I can get happiness from this, from acquiring some person, or by using something in the world, drinking alcohol, smoking cigarette, driving a nice muruka, etc. We get addicted, we fall in love, we get attached. Thinking again and again. That's how we become alcoholic, chain smoker, weed smoker, drug addicts. We're looking for happiness, we want happiness. And somehow we became convinced by seeing other people using these things that, maybe there's happiness there. Maybe this will give me happiness. So you take a little drink, you hide and take a little drink. Then every Friday, then every Monday and Friday, then every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, then every day, now you're an alcoholic. The same thing with everything. So it's thinking again and again. In the same way, if someone can convince us, and this is where the true guru comes, that the happiness we're looking for we'll find only in Shri Krishna. That Shri Krishna is happiness. Another name for Shri Krishna is Anand, bliss, happiness. Anando Brahmeti Vajanat. Taittiriya Upanishad, chapter 3, verse 6. The Vedas say, God is Anand, the bliss, happiness. Look, somebody says, I'm an atheist, I don't believe in God. I don't want to hear about God. This Ram, Krishna, I don't want to hear about these things. Okay. Do you want pain and suffering? No. Do you want peace, happiness? Yes. Then you want God. Don't call him God, call him happiness. That's one of his names in the Vedas. It means we all love and want only God because we all want only happiness. No one can say, even if he's an atheist, I don't believe in God. Don't take God's name in front of me. Okay, no problem. Do you want pain? Should I take a needle and stick you? Tell me anybody who can claim I want pain and suffering. It's not our nature, impossible. As soon as you get a little pain, give me a Tylenol, Panadol. And the stronger stuff too sometimes. Because we don't want pain. It's not our nature. Being a fraction of happiness, eternal, supreme happiness, Shri Krishna, is our nature to want only happiness. So Mr. Atheist, Mr. Non-believer, you want happiness? Yes. You love happiness? Yes. Then you love God. You want God. Don't call him God. And only by attaining God, we'll attain true lasting happiness. We'll never get it in the world. You can become a billionaire. You can get everything you think you want in the world. Billionaires commit suicide also. If they were happy, why commit suicide? You may have 10 wives. More problem. So only, and how we will attain him? By thinking about him day and night. Shri Krishna says, Vishayandhataschittam vishayeshu visajjate mamanusmarataschitam mayeva praviliyate. 11 Canto, 14 chapter, 27 verse. Just as the person thinks again and again, he thinks again and again that I will find happiness in this person, in this object, and they fall in love, they get addicted, and that's what they're going to attain eventually after you die. In the same way, if someone thinks again and again about Sri Krishna, that only Sri Krishna will give me happiness, only upon attaining Sri Krishna I will attain true happiness, what will happen? He'll get attached to Sri Krishna. And the result is God realization. We'll attain Sri Krishna. Ihai Saar Sansar Are Man Lagat na dham, lagat na dham, chadam yam vasu.
Lagat na dham, chadam yam vasu.
Sumiru Sham Sarkar Are Man.
Sumiru Sham Sarkar Are Man.
Sumiru Sham Sarkar Are Man. सार संसार अरे मन
ihai saar sansar hare man.
So now yes, okay, we have to find God. Only by attaining God, Sri Krishna, will attain true lasting happiness. Where are we going to find God? Do I have to go in a mountain cave? Do I have to climb a high mountain? Do I have to go all the way to India, Jerusalem, Mecca, Medina? Where are we going to find God? So the Vedas tell us, Eko Devaha Sarva Bhuteshu Gurha Sarva Vyapi Sarva Bhutantaratma Karma Dhyaksha Sarva Loka Divasa Sakshi Cheta Kevalo Nirgunascha Shvetashvataropanishad. You don't have to look anywhere. God pervades in each and every particle of the world. Paramanu mein paramanu. There is nowhere that anybody can say God is not there. He proved it by destroying Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu was fed up, totally fed up. In every way he tried to kill Prahlad. Even his sister Holika got burnt. Even though she had a Vardhan, a boon that fire could not touch her. So Hiranyakashipu got totally mad. He pulled his sword. His own son, I'm going to kill you now. Where is your arm? Where is your Bhagavan? Is he here? This is the home of a Rakshas. Does he dare come here? Yes, Papa. Yes, my dear father. He is here. Everywhere. Everywhere, here, everywhere. Is he in that kambhe, that post, that pillar? Yes, father. Hiranyakashipu took his mace, Gada, and with the strength of 10,000 elephants, he struck that pillar. A huge crash. Out came Nirsingh Bhagavan, half man, half lion. Gada, you fool! Prahlad was telling the truth. I am everywhere in every particle of the world. I am sitting in your heart. I don't see Rakshas, Pakshas, nothing. Dirtiest thing you can think about, Bhagwan is there. Everywhere, in every particle. We don't have the right eyes. But He is everywhere. प्रभु व्यापक सर्वत्र समाना, प्रभु व्यापक सर्वत्र समाना, प्रेम ते प्रगट होई मैं जाना। बोलो जय राममय सब जग जानी, करो प्रणाम जोरी जुग पानी। बोलो जय राम श्री राम, जय जय राम श्री राम, जय राम जय जय राम। Prabhu Vyapak Sarvatra Samana. God pervades everywhere. Not only in the mandir, not only in the murti, not in Kailas. Everywhere. Out Samana 100%. In the toilet, in the rum shop, in the road, everywhere. We people don't believe. That's all. That's why nobody would do anything wrong in the mandir, in the church, in the masjid. The moment we leave, I can do all the wrong. Because we think God is only in the mandir, only in the murti, only in the church. He pervades everywhere equally. Aur prem te pragat. How are we going to find Him? With love, prem. Hanumanji say in Siya Ram mai sab jag jani. Everywhere I look, in every particle of the world, I see my beloved Sitaram, Sitaram, Sitaram. And I put my hands together and I do pranam. When we attain like Hanuman, we will see. There's a condition. We don't have the right eyes. It's not that God is not there. The eyes, we have the wrong eyes. This thing which we call eyes, what does it do? It sees. What can it see? Material objects, because our eyes are material. To see divine God, we have to get divine eyes. When we attain God realization, we practice bhakti. To the grace of a Rasik saint, we'll attain God realization. Then you too will see everywhere. Jit dekho tit sham mai hai. You can be blind like Surdas, and yet you will see Bhagwan everywhere, because not with these eyes. We have to get Bhagwan's eyes, divine eyes. Then we will see. Ihai Saar Sansar, Are Man.
Ihai Saar Sansar, Are Man।
Hari Vyapak Sansar Ek Ras, Hari O Hari Vyapak Sansar Ek Ras,
Hari Vyapak Sansar Ek
प्रति परमाणु मझार अरे मन प्रति परमाणु मझार अरे मन इहै सार संसार अरे मन And so how are we going to get the right eyes, the right mind, the right intellect? How are we going to make it divine? So the next line the saint tells us, Tinke naam roop gun gavat ka ghati jat tihar. Just chant his name, the qualities, the pastimes. Nothing else you can do. Jhuto jap tap jog jag yag brat name dharma achar. These things, as far as crossing Maya, as far as attaining divinity, none of this works. No jap, telling the name of God in the bead. No tap, no austerities, no yog, no yag, no yagna, no fasting, brat, no rules and regulations, no dharma, no behavior. None of this will help us to cross Maya, except when we do bhakti. In the Ramayana, एही कलिकाल न साधन दूजा काल न साधन दूजा योग न जप तप व्रत मत पूजा जय राम श्री राम कलियुग के कलियुग जोग न जग ज्ञाना एक आधार राम गुण गाना जय राम श्री राम जय Yeah. Tusidasji, Kagvasundji actually saying to Garuji in the Kalyug Mahima of the Ramayana, what happens in Kalyug? He says, in this age of Kalyug, ehi kalikalana sadhana duja. These things don't work in any age, but especially in Kalyug. Yog, Ashtanga Yog, Jap, the name, tell the name and bead, Tap, austerity, Brat, fasting, Mak, Havan, Puja, all is the smooth. Kali Yuga, Yoga na Jagya Jnana. In the age of Kali Yuga, you can't do Yoga, you can't do Jag, you can't do Gyan, nothing. What to do? Ek Aadhar Ram Gun Gana. One thing. Chant the name of the Lord. With love, bhakti. That's all. Let's do bhakti. What does it take? Do you lose anything? Huh? Ka ghati jat tihar. What you going to lose by just chanting God's name? What is so hard to chant Ram, Ram, Radhe, Radhe, Krishna, Krishna? Eh? Is anything so hard? We take people's name and we curse and we do all kind of thing in the world. Eh? And that is very nice, very easy. Somebody come and do something and you get angry. Hey, Bhagwan, the kind of language. Eh? You start saying language nobody ever hear before even. Somebody told me, I don't normally say those things, Okay. New language. And that destroys us because we get angry. Krodhat bhavati sammoha sammoha smiti vibrama smiti banshat buddhinasho buddhinashat pranashyati. Chapter 2 verse 63 Gita. We get angry. Somebody doesn't do what we want. They don't fulfill our desire. They don't do as we say. You get angry. And then what happened? From anger comes illusion. From delusion, loss of memory. When we lose our memory, we lose the power to discriminate. And everything is destroyed. We become an animal. You lose everything. But with bhakti, with chanting the name of God, you don't lose anything. And everything else that you do, you can do all kinds of things. But it doesn't work. It's not going to give you, it will do something. But as far as becoming free from Maya, it cannot help us. Ihai Saar Sansar Are Man तिनके नाम रूप गुण गावत
तिनके नाम रूप गुण गावत
का घट जात तिहार अरे सार संसार हरे मन झूठो जप तप योग याग व्रत झूठो झूठो जप तप योग याग व्रत झूठो जप तप योग याग व्रत नेम धर्म आचार अरे मन सार संसार अरे मन हरि बिनु सुख कृपालु नहीं सपने हो पची पची मरी हजार. Without surrendering to God, Shri Krishna makes it clear how to become free from Maya. Shri Krishna says with a challenge in Gita, Daivi Hesha Gunamai Mama Maya Duratyaya Mame Vaye Prapadyante Maya Metantarantite. Chapter 7 verse 14. The cause of all our problems in this world, our ignorance, not knowing who we are, identifying with this body, Haven't forgotten that we are the soul Atma, looking for happiness where it cannot be found. The root cause of all of that is Maya. Maya, this power. A lot of people, when asked what is Maya, they say it's an imagination of the mind, an illusion, the Gyanis especially. Shri Krishna says in Gita, no bhaiya, daivi hesha. He says Maya is a divine power. And Mama Maya, Meri Maya. Maya is a power that belongs to Shri Krishna. It is his power. So no one, no yogi, jnani, rishi, muni, nobody can become free from Maya by themselves. Neither through brat, neither through tapasya, nor through jap, doing jap on the beads, nor yag, name, dharm, nothing will help us to become free from Maya. How will become free? Shri Krishna says, Mame vaye prapadyante. The word ev means only. Only the one who completely surrenders to Shri Krishna. Muda bhed yadyapi krita maya binu hari jaya na koti upaya. You can do uncountable things. Try all kinds, but without bhakti, without surrender to Sri Krishna, no one can become free from Maya. No one can attain that true happiness we are looking for. We'll find only on attaining, because Sri Krishna is happiness. Ihai Saar Sansar, Are Man. हरि बिनु सुख कृपालु नाही सपने हो
हरि बिनु सुख कृपालु नहीं सपने हो
पछी पछी मरिय हजार अरे मन पछी पछी पची पची मरिय हजार अरे मन
पची पची मरिय हजार अरे मन
है सार संसार अरे मन So, this knowledge, this is the whole essence of all the scriptures and this world. One, this is unsubstantial world, we can't, the happiness, one we need, we want happiness. Being a fraction of happiness, eternal fraction of God, and God is happiness. And it's a natural law that every part, every fraction has a natural love for the whole and wants to become one with it. All rivers naturally flow to the ocean. Being a fraction of the ocean, all flames of fire naturally rises upwards. Being a fraction of the sun, in the same way, we the Jivatma, the individual souls, being eternal fractions, part of Sri Krishna, God, it's our nature to love and want only God, only Shri Krishna. And Shri Krishna is another name for Shri Krishna in the Vedas, Sukh, Anand, happiness. Whether we say happiness or we say God, Shri Krishna, is a two names of one and the same entity. And that's why we all want only happiness. And we will not be satisfied until we find true, lasting, eternal happiness. We'll have to keep performing action. Every action we do only for that. But because of our ignorance, because from uncountable lifetimes we've identified with the physical body, we've forgotten that we are the soul, Atma, which is a fraction of God. The body is material, the world is material, so we are attracted to the material world. The mind is material. It's natural, it's the nature of the mind to love the world. And we've been doing that from uncountable lifetimes. And we have found nothing but pain and suffering, rotating in 8.4 million forms of life. Realizing that I am not the body, I am the soul, Atma. The soul loves and wants only Shri Krishna, only happiness, and will attain that happiness only upon attaining Shri Krishna. And how we'll attain him? We have to become attached to him. Just like how we get attached in the world, thinking again and again. This continuous thinking again and again. This thing, this object, this girl, this boy will make me happy. We fall in love, we get addicted. In the same way, if you start thinking this is sadhana, again and again about Shri Krishna, only Shri, number one, I am the soul, Atma. Number two, the happiness I'm looking for, I'll find only in Shri Krishna. Only Shri Krishna will give me happiness, eternal happiness. We keep practicing, it will take time. A problem of uncountable lifetimes is not going to be solved overnight. In the beginning, it will seem so difficult, like climbing the highest mountain. But if we make the effort, the more we practice, we do regular, the more we practice, the more effort we make, the more we'll benefit, the easier it will become, and it will be so easy. We never make any effort. We never do what Guru says. We do what our mind says. We don't follow instruction. Then how are you going to benefit? Listen to the mind. The mind has been the reason for our going astray in this world and rotating in 8.4 million forms of life from beginningless time. Stop listening to the mind. Listen only to what the saints are telling us. A true saint. Go to the true Guru. Surrender. And you will see. In this world itself, you'll find so much peace, so much happiness. There's much more some other time. Bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai, Radha Rani ki jai, Srimad Sadguru Sarkar ki jai. Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe.